So Joaquin, I'm gonna start with a question for you. We're in this world of virus and zombie films, and here comes Cannibal Corpse Killers. What story did you want to tell with this film? I know you said it's an apocalyptic horror western. So what is, without maybe giving away spoilers, but what story are we telling with this film?
Well, I wanted it to be a supernatural thing more than a viral thing. Everything is viral, everything is organic, everything. I wanted it to be demons. And so it was a kind of a mashup, a genre mashup. You mentioned apocalyptic horror western, but so filmically it was like Apocalypse Now, Good, Bad, the Ugly, and Dawn of the Dead. So Apocalypse Now, you have 5 people in a boat going upriver, encountering VC to get to Kurtz. And in Cannibal Corpse Killers, you have 5 people going through the wasteland, encountering cannibal corpses to get to this guy, the magistrate, who you didn't get to see. The Pike character has been done wrong by this guy, so the whole movie is a revenge trip for him to get to this guy to kick his ass. So Good, Bad, the Ugly was more of the Western vibe with the visual style, which RT was wonderful at capturing. You know, these people, an actor, extra, they're going to be in one-day shoot, maybe on camera for like less than a minute. It's like I want to remember them. So, and I like character. So I wanted it to be like Dawn of the Dead. So this is like the Guru Cannibal, or this is like the Yum Yum Cannibal, or this is like the Mexican Head Cannibal. So all the cannibals had names, they all had a character, and they all had wardrobe that I personally bought and distressed. And so I was trying to put character without lines in just purely the visual aesthetic of the costumes.
Now, when did you film this feature?
So it was finished last year, but I've been re-editing and redoing the sound. I actually technically just finished it a couple months ago. But it was done, completed shooting in 2016, but you're looking at 28 days of shooting over the course of 13 months.
And what number of features is for you?
This is number 4.
And the other 3, just give a little background to the
Sure, the other 3 are completely different in scale and scope. First one is a psychological thriller about identical twin psychopaths called Mobius. Then there's a serial killer film, which RT shot for me, called Hole, which Katherine Norland was also in. And then the film that got me a little more on the map, Legend of the Hillbilly Butcher, which Ron Jason plays Papa Jessup, and Chris Shumway plays Billy Wayne, which I did by myself. That was the film I did before this. So I wanted to work with RT again, but I wanted to bring that verite guerrilla handheld style to a bigger landscape film.
But you've also done a couple of documentaries.
Yes, I did a documentary on Sid Mead, who actually worked on Blade Runner. So, but they're artsy and serious.
Well, yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, there is not. There is not.
Where would people find any of these films? Are they available?
Yes, they're all available on Amazon. Absolutely, Amazon and some retailers.
And the name of the Sid Mead documentary?
It's called Visual Futurist, The Art and Life of Sid Mead.
All right. So any Blade Runner fans, or other, right? And
yes.
Yeah, a lot of other films.
Tron, he did Tron, Aliens, Star Trek The Motion Picture.
That's right. So go on Amazon, look up Sid Mead. That's SYDMEAD.
Yeah, like the paper company.
MEADE or MEAD?
No, MEAD.
Yeah, just no E at the end.
Like the paper company, but no relation.
All right. So let's go down the line and let's talk to your main actor here. And how did you come to this is this fellow right here, right? The magistrate, right? How did you come to do this film?
I met Joaquin on the Hillbilly Butcher, and then he asked me to read the script. And I read the script, and I get to be in love with a demon, so what more could I want?
That's the next clip.
Okay. Right. All right. And going down the line, our next panelist. Just want to hear from you. How did you come to work on the film?
It's kind of an odd story with a buddy of mine, and he introduced me to Joaquin, and I'm sorry about that. He introduced me to Joaquin, and he asked me to do the Hillbilly Butcher, and I said yes, and then he asked me to do this, and I said yes again. And if you ask me again, I'll say yes again.
All right.
That's he's lying. I actually did a documentary on the people in Appalachia, and I met him there, and I brought him from the Ozarks to here. I'm just kidding.
Well, damn it, I didn't know you was going to tell everybody my life story. God dog it.
And now, your executive producer, which came first? Who approached whom?
I was actually an actor first, and I acted in his film Mobius. Mm-hmm. And I said no to Hillbilly Butcher because I didn't want to be a scream queen. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I wanted a different kind of role. He kept talking about this film, and I had just done this commercial that paid me a ridiculous amount of money. And he said, well, we can't shoot this film until we have this and this special truck to drive and the makeup artist and this and this. And I said, well, why don't we executive produce the film and just pay for everything? I have all these residuals coming in from this commercial. And then I think the month we commenced starting to shoot, the checks stopped. So I had no more money coming in. So then it was just, we were trying to rely on every other payday. We would shoot every other payday so we could buy craft service and pay the makeup artist and all that kind of stuff.
And our last panelist on the end. How did you come to CCK?
Hi, I'm RT Norland, cinematographer and longtime friend with Joaquin. We met through my wife, actually, who met Joaquin at a Christian film festival many years ago.
He stuck out like a sore thumb there. I purposely went up to him because he did not fit in there.
I cannot imagine how he stuck out, but okay.
So yeah, that's how we got connected, and then we worked together on Whole, and apparently we think the same visually, so it worked out really well, and subsequently became friends and ended up spending a lot of time, without even knowing it, scouting all the locations for this film a few years prior to actually shooting it.
Yeah, we both do photos, and we would do these thing called day trips, and we'd go to places, abandoned places, to take pictures, and then, you know, a couple years went by after Whole, because Whole was done in 2010, and by the time 2015 rolled around, I was like, man, we got a lot of cool places to shoot, to guerrilla a film at, and we pretty much used a lot of locations that we did during those trips.
It was a long time in the making.
Yeah.
What was the main location, those desert locations that you shot?
That was, Shumway found that location. That's Lancaster. The shots of that car, that's Lancaster. A lot of that opening was Lancaster. Yeah. The rest of the clips, some interiors were in Pasadena, and then a lot in a little town called Oro Grande, which is right by Victorville and Adelanto, and you're going to see a clip later of we shot it at George Air Force Base, which is an abandoned Air Force base. It used to be federal. It's now part
alongside
of
the old Route 66 that goes from Victorville to Barstow.
Exactly, Ludlow, yeah.
Without giving spoilers, obviously, can you maybe set up the premise of the film a little bit? Like, what do we just see? Where does this come in the film?
This is that's about halfway through the film, actually. So at the beginning of the film, there's a preamble, which we will not see, where this guy, 20 years before the world of the film, opened up a portal to hell and let these demons out. And so these demons are out and about wandering the land looking for bodies to inhabit. And it's kind of like you can't kill the demon. All you can do is disable the body that it's inhabiting so that it leaves the body and has to find somewhere else to go. So that's the idea. So the cannibal corpses walking around in the land, those are the demons reanimating the corpses. And then the 5 lead characters, of which Tim and Scar are the 2 that are here, they're the Cannibal Corpse Killers. They go around the landscape killing the cannibal corpses.
So what are some of your cinematic influences? What films do you grow up on that you like?
You know, the thing I'm trying to do that I don't know if you can do is, my favorite films are films that I call unrepeatable films, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974, or William Friedkin's The Exorcist. I believe those are unrepeatable films.
Unrepeatable meaning unremakeable, or
no? You can remake them all you want, but you can't ever hit that level again. Like I don't think even Tobe Hooper, who passed away recently, which is very sad, one of my favorite directors, but I don't think even Tobe Hooper could remake his own Chainsaw Massacre. If he tried to hit that note again, he couldn't hit it again, I don't believe. And I don't believe William Friedkin can hit the Exorcist note again. So it's like, it's so of a time, it's so of a period, it's so of who they were when they made that film.
it sounds to me like a lot, you know, a lot of people are asked, years after a film or a TV series or something is really successful. And I always think this is not a great question, but did you know when you were making this that you were going to, nobody does, right? Of course not.
No.
Right?
No.
Well, I shouldn't say nobody, that's a generalization, but some may, but generally people, of course they don't know how it's going to be, how long it's going to last, or in 20 years what it's going to be looked at. Jaws, as we all know, it famously barely made it, right? Out of the filming stage, they had so much trouble, but if you had asked them at the time, who, you know, how would they have known, right?
No, yeah, and that's another film like Apocalypse Now. That's one, you know, a struggle to make. Jaws, same thing. So, yeah, and the thing is, you're doing your best all the time to make the best film that you can, but ultimately, you can't say, well, this is a cult film. Well, you're trying to make one, but you guys have to tell me and us that that's a cult film. And so we can try and do our best to do that, and I have, but ultimately they decide whether it's
Once
a
you
cult
become self-aware, you sort of kill it, right?
Exactly.
So, makeup, all practical.
Yeah, all practical makeup, which was that, I mean, a lot of money went into this film, but no person got paid. Only the makeup people got paid. We put a lot of money into this film, but it was all stuff. And the makeup girl, though, they got paid. There was more than one makeup girl. And at one point we had 4 makeup people for like an end scene. So yeah, this was big. Previously on other films, I like to do bruising and blood, and I love that stuff, and I make my own blood, but I can't do zombie makeup.
Contact lenses, I noticed.
That too, yeah. Which not everybody actor wants to do that, you know, so, but yes, contact lenses, makeup, prosthetics, the whole shebang. I love that stuff, man. I wish I could do more of it.
I think a lot of people here love that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not just cognizant of the time. How many more clips do we have?
Only one.
Okay, well maybe let's open up for some questions.
Sure.
Shall we?
Sure.
All right, maybe have the house lights up. Thank you. Any questions for Joaquin and his crew about the Cannibal Corpse Killers?
The gentleman all the way in the back, and then I'll get the guy in the middle. The budget has not been disclosed to me. I have an idea. I don't know if they wish to.
I actually haven't added up the receipts yet.
Well, then, Legend of the Hillbilly Butcher is available.
Yeah.
How's that available?
Yeah, Legend of the Hillbilly Butcher is available online everywhere through Whacked Movies. Pole, which our T-Shot, is available everywhere through Wild Eye Releasing. We used, we did a two cam shot. He was A, I was B. He did a 5D, I did my 7D camera.
We used a 5D Mark III was the main camera, and then B camera we used a Canon 7D.
Yeah, but then there's some GoPro stuff, the cars, and there's a lot of drone stuff, which RT did all that.
And the drone was just a DJI Phantom 3 4K.
About the contact lenses, where did you get your contact lenses?
That's funny because we use contact lenses later on. The contact lens thing, the guy that looks like the Rob Zombie looking guy, I call him the Rob Zombie Cannibal. He runs a website called indie.com, and he wanted to be in a film, so I put him in, and he promoted the film and all that. But he just showed up on the day. He thought, oh, it'd be cool. And he just bought a bunch of contact lenses, and so he was like handing them out like candy. And so if an actor wanted to wear contact lenses, he would wear them. So then I saw how good that looked, and I thought, okay, the next time we do this, we got to have that.
Were these soft lenses or hard lenses?
I don't know. I think Were they?
They were soft. I had to help some actors put them in.
Okay. How long did they have to wear them? Or were they comfortable wearing them
The
for longer
the
than?
church scene we shot was very difficult because we wanted all the actors to have them in, and there were some that we tried a half an hour or longer to get them in their eye, and they're blinking and they can't do it, and it was difficult.
Only 2 consented to do the church. So I said, okay, you guys got the eyes, you're my bookends. You're front left, front right. So.
And no sets were constructed for this film. We all used real locations.
Real locations?
Existing locations.
Yes.
They were dressed, but
Right.
some of them were dressed.
Correct. No, but you don't really see any of the clips. I didn't pick clips that showcase that. But there's a lot of graffiti in the film, like satanic graffiti and stuff like that. And that was just stuff that was there, believe it or not. We did not add any graffiti to any location.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
It's a good day when you can find graffiti that suits your filmic
that
needs.
you didn't have to do, yes.
Two years of location scouting
Right.
to get it.
But we did hang, I must confess, we did hang the cross upside down in a Korean church, which the owner never asked us what we were going to film. He just said, how much you going to pay us?
Did you put it right side up before you left?
Well, we had to have a cross. We had to have a cross wrangler because he was going to be in and out all day. So it'd be like somebody would be at the door and go, he's coming, he's coming. So somebody would have to like take it off or flip it over. Yeah.
Well,
That was her idea, by the way.
I confess that was my idea.
That church is over 100 years old. It's
Yeah.
in Reseda.
really?
Believe it or not, it's a half a block off Reseda Boulevard, right?
Yeah, correct.
Unbelievable. Over
Yeah,
A long
100
time
years old.
to find that
Looked all
location.
over to find the building that was old enough, and lo and behold, in the middle of Reseda, and it's still there, and there's nothing else around it is from that time, but it's just there.
Well, there was a time not long ago, you say 100 years ago,
Yeah.
and we'd all go, well, that was 18 what?
Yeah.
And now,
Right.
I found myself going, wait, Charlie Chaplin made his Mutual shorts in 1917, 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Now here we are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's great.